You're a kidney warrior fighting against kidney disease, and your doctor told you to get more exercise. Well, what do? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you coming right up. We all know that exercise is great for your body, and it does so much for you. But it may seem impossible for those with kidney disease, especially stages 3 and 4, where you live with fatigue and low energy so often. But with a little planning and a little bit of effort, I'm going to show you how you can make exercise part of your strategy to beat kidney disease and slow down the decline in your kidney function, or maybe even reverse it some. Let's first look at why you should make exercise part of your regular battle against kidney disease. Well, there's a lot of benefits. First of all, it makes it easier to manage your blood pressure. It also increases oxygen consumption, which is great for your blood and great for your body. And it can help with weight control. And don't forget, obesity is a really key factor when it comes to declining kidney function. We want to do everything we can to manage our weight, control it, be a healthy weight, especially if one day you may need a transplant, because most transplant places require a BMI, that's your body mass index, of 35 or lower. Now 35 is actually still pretty high, but you might not be 35. When I was diagnosed, I was 38. I'm now under 35, but I'm doing great because exercise also has the ability to improve your kidney function. Those reasons right there, that's more than enough to make it part of your strategy. So what is the right amount and the right kind of exercise for someone with kidney disease? Now, just like your diet is unique to you, so is the right exercise. Now, before you start any exercise, make sure and talk to your doctor. Make sure you're well enough for exercise and any limitations that they may give you that are based on your personal health and how your body's doing. But in general, what you're going to want to do is try to get 30 minutes of exercise 5 days a week. And if you're just starting out, shoot for 30 minutes 3 days a week. Just take a break every other day to make it easy to work up to those 5 days a week. Now, the most common and probably the easiest form of exercise is walking. Yeah, just regular old walking. Walking around the mall, walking around the house, walking around the yard, walking around the neighborhood. Even going shopping, that's great walking. Sometimes when the weather's bad, I'll go to Costco or I'll go to Target and just walk every aisle and enjoy myself, looking at what's there, getting in my steps. Now, what you want to try though is for a brisk walk. And that's where you're walking fast enough that you can still hold a conversation. So it's great to take a friend with you and talk to them, but you're almost starting to get out of breath, but you still are, able to have that conversation and talk. And that'll usually get your heart rate up to between 100 beats per minute and 120 beats per minute. Now at that rate, you'll probably be able to cover 1 mile, which is about 2,000 steps or so, in about 15 to 17 minutes. That's pretty great. And you don't have to do all this walking all at once. You could walk some in the morning when it's nice and cool and the sun's not, right above you, shining down and heating you up. And then walk in the afternoon or the late afternoon when it's also still kind of cool and the sun's not right up there. Now, you don't want to go walking midday too much when you're just getting started, because the sun, when it's out and the weather's hot, it's just going to work against you. So try to get a little bit maybe in the morning, do 15 minutes then or 20 minutes, and do 15 or 20 minutes in the evening, or break it up into 10-minute groups. But what you're trying to do is get a total of 30 minutes of walking every day for those 5 days. Now I try to do it 7 days a week. I push myself. You guys know it. I'm the kidney warrior that doesn't want to lose. I have some goals that I'm going to hit, which the doctors, every time I tell them my new goals, they tell me that's impossible, but then I make it and I keep going. So I exercise 7 days a week, but you should shoot for at least 5 days, 30 minutes, and walking is a fantastic way to do it. Now, speaking of steps when you're walking, I have a personal goal of 10,000 steps a day. And I used to do that before I was diagnosed with kidney disease for almost a year, 10,000 steps a day, which is approximately 5 miles of walking. Now, it wasn't all brisk walking. Some was just walking around the house and doing things and just your regular walking. But I would get up and make sure to move once an hour. And if I was taking a break or just sitting around, I went out for a walk. I would walk when at work. I'd walk around the building right before lunch, during my lunch break, then go get my lunch, then come back, walk around the building again, and go back up to my office. I just, there's not a lot of steps there, but all of those add up. Now, the 10,000 steps a day is a great goal to get to. That's kind of a magic number that doctors encourage a lot of people to get to. But that's a lot to start out with. You may want to take a target of like 3,000 or 5,000 steps and do that. And then a week later, go up another 500 or another 1,000. Do that for a week and just slowly move yourself up to the 10,000. But if you can get to 10,000 steps a day, that really helps with your blood pressure and with the weight loss. Now, besides walking, aerobic training is outstanding. There's lots and lots of free videos on YouTube that you can watch and do at home, or do what I do. You're not going to believe this, but I still love the original Richard Simmons Sweat into the Oldies. I have every move memorized, and I love to do that. It gets my heart rate going. I can get my 30 minutes of exercise right there in my living room doing that. And it's really, really enjoyable because you're just dancing along to the music and following Richard and doing all the moves. It's great, but there's lots of stuff out there on YouTube. If you don't want to purchase Sweat into the Oldies, it is available on a digital download on Amazon, on iTunes, pretty much everywhere. Or you can go get the DVD. I see them at Walmart and Target still, and they're really cheap. It's fantastic, though, if you're open to that. Some people might be a little embarrassed to have their significant other and their children seeing them doing that, but it's worth it. It's worth them seeing you do it, because it is really hard. Have them try it. Say, hey, come on, try this. When they start getting to It's My Party and I Cry If I Want to, doing all those exercises, that's really hard. Your heart rate's going. But anyway, aerobic exercise is fantastic. You could also do swimming. That's another form of aerobic exercise. You can do gardening. Just getting out and going in the garden, playing with your kids out in the yard, playing with the dogs, playing ball. Those are all forms of aerobic exercise that are really easy on the body. There's also water aerobics available at most gyms and YMCAs you can do. Fantastic, low impact, make it really easy to get out there and get moving. And what we're really looking for is whatever it takes to get you going. There's no one special thing that's the thing you have to do. Do what you like, that you'll be able to do at least 5 days a week and enjoy. And one of the benefits I also forgot to mention earlier, this really helps emotionally. Having kidney disease and fighting it, it can take its toll at times. There's going to be some down days, some difficult days, or you're going to be online in one of the message forums. You're going to see someone who's not following their diet, and their doctor, their dietitian really didn't work with them, and things just aren't going well for them. And you're gonna feel bad for them. It's normal, but you're gonna wonder, is that going to happen to you? But if you exercise, you're going to feel better. It's going to help your mental state. You're going to say, oh, if that person only would have done this, and you're going to want to help them and tell them more. So mentally, exercise also helps you, and it's really, really helpful for those down days that you may have as you're fighting kidney disease. And when you're out walking, I know I'm jumping all over the place in this video. When you're out walking, pop on some great music. I put on Dolly Parton, Reba McEntire, maybe some great Randy Travis. And no matter how down I am, and I'm a very positive person, but sometimes I get down. But those songs just get me going. If I'm out there walking and I'm listening to Jolene or something like that by Dolly Parton, I can't help but smile and feel great. Another type of training you could try is resistance training. That can also be done at home. You can go on Amazon or go down to your local big box store, Target, Walmart, or something like that. It doesn't have to be a sports store. And you can buy these bands that have handles, like gigantic ropes or stretchy rubber bands, and you can do resistance training. Now, resistance training is great for muscle toning and building your muscles, but that's a more advanced type of exercise. You want to work up to that. This part is very important. What you do not want to do. You don't want to do strenuous exercise. You don't want to do HIIT or high intensity training. You do something really hard for 30 seconds and you're really easy for 15 seconds and really hard for 30 seconds. That's great for weight loss. There's so many benefits for it, but it's not really good for your kidneys. What happens when you do strenuous exercise is your muscles are creating creatinine, which is the thing we're measuring to figure out how well your kidneys are doing. Remember, they can't clear out the extra from your blood, so it floats around there, and it's not good for us to have all that extra creatinine in our blood. But doing strenuous exercise will create more, and it lasts. It's temporary, thank goodness, but it lasts for about 3 days in your bloodstream. So if you go and you get blood work, it's not going to be good. Your GFR is going to plummet. It could drop 10 points just because you did really, really heavy exercise yesterday or the day before. So if your doctor says you're okay for strenuous exercise, you're eating well, you're taking good care of your kidneys, and your doctor says it's okay, don't do it 3 days before you're getting blood work drawn. Okay? Stop it. Give your body time to relax. Okay? I remember, I'm getting better. I was diagnosed at stage 5. At this moment, right now, creating this video, I am on the border of stage 3. I'm still stage 4, but I'm on the border of stage 3. I am not doing strenuous exercise. I'm getting my 10,000 steps a day. I use an Apple Watch to help measure my heart rate and measure what I'm doing, my activity. And I use it to get my 30 minutes of brisk walking in every single day. It measures that when my heart rate's up enough, it's counting it as exercise. I make sure I get at least my 30 minutes that way. I'm not doing anything strenuous because I want to let my kidneys relax, put as little stress on them as possible so that they have a chance to continue to improve. Now, if you experience any of the following, you need to stop exercising immediately and consult your doctor. And don't start exercising again until your doctor gives you a clearance. So here are the symptoms you need to watch out for. If you feel extremely tired, if you have shortness of breath, if you have chest pains, if you feel an irregular or rapid heartbeat, and if you have an Apple Watch, it'll definitely warn you about that. If you feel sick to the stomach, or if you feel dizzy or lightheaded, and last, if you get leg cramps, all those, stop exercising, consult your doctor. Do not start back up until you get clearance from your doctor. So there you have it. We covered why exercising is great for those fighting kidney disease, types of exercises you can do, and how much exercise you should be trying to get every week. And that's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. If you're just starting out, do 3 days a week, taking a break in between those days so that you can recover and work yourself into it. The goal is to get up and move. Do what works for you. Find something you really enjoy. And if you can't get the 30 minutes a day, that's okay. Work up to it. All right? Now, like all my videos, please share this video with anyone you know that has kidney disease or has a loved one with kidney disease. You can visit my website, www.dadvice.tv, to see what I'm doing, what I have been doing to beat kidney disease. And I am kicking its butt. You can also join my Facebook group, Dadvice TV. I've recently become a certified kidney health coach, so I am happy to answer questions. You can message me on Facebook. You can post questions to the Dadvice TV group, and I will give you my best answer and opinion based on my own experience and my conversations with researchers and doctors. Last, you can go to YouTube. All of my videos are posted there. You don't have to pay anything. There's no paywall. There's nothing like that. Just go to YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Once you subscribe, click the little bell icon. That way, every single time I upload a new video, you get a notification so you can go there when it's convenient for you and see what the latest information is that I'm sharing. Now, I'm hoping all this stuff helps educate you, but more importantly, to inspire you to fight kidney disease. Losing is not an option. And with the right strategy and the right commitment and the right team behind you, and I'm part of that team, you can do it. You can beat kidney disease. Thanks for watching.